Morning. You are taking a live look right now at I-90 and Maple. We're looking at traffic conditions all this morning, getting you ready for your morning commute. You can see on that traffic camera right there, the snow is definitely still falling here in the Spokane area and across the inland Northwest as well. So we'll be making sure that we keep you updated on road conditions throughout our area. Well, good morning, everyone, and thanks so much for joining us here on Up with KREM on this Friday morning. I'm Channing Curtis. Now, when the weather hits like this, we are always going to bring you team coverage to make sure that you are as prepared as possible to start your day. So let's take a look. We do have team coverage with our very own Tim Pham. He's out in our KREM 2 storm tracker this morning, giving us a look at road conditions and driving around and letting us know just how slick those roads are in certain areas. But let's start things off with our Nicole Hernandez. She's joining us in the Weather Center, filling in again for meteorologist Thomas Patrick this week. So Nicole, how much more snow will we get this weekend?
Good news. Not much. The snow is pretty much what we're seeing right here. Our temperatures start to warm up into the weekend, so the moisture that we do see likely comes in the form of rain instead of snow. For now, though, we're colder, so we still have this snow falling. You can see a really decent chunk of snow moving its way through the Spokane Coeur d'Alene region right now. Another batch of moisture going to start moving its way through Othello and Moses Lake here pretty soon. That one looks slightly more intense than what we're seeing here in Spokane and Coeur d'Alene. You know, that darker purple there, the heavier falling snow. Here, though, closer to home, you can also see it down in the Palouse, that potential for freezing rain. Pomeroy likely saw just a tiny bit of it there, but it seems to be keeping itself at bay more southwest of Pomeroy and Lewiston. So we'll see as the warm front continues to move its way into our region whether or not that freezing rain becomes more widespread.
Now this morning we do have a couple of school delays and even closings to talk about. Lind-Ritzville schools are closed this morning, and so is the Pomeroy School District. On delay this morning are the Liberty School District, St. John Endicott School District, the Harrington School District as well. All of those are operating on a 2-hour delay this morning. We'll keep you updated on any more school closings or delays as the morning continues. They'll also be scrolling all this morning here at the bottom of your screen, and you can find a full list on our website, krem.com, or in the KREM 2 app. Now there is already a lot of snow on the ground this morning, and there is more on the way. So with continued winter driving conditions, we sent out our very own Tim Pham in the KREM 2 storm tracker to drive around and give us a first-hand look at how those roads are this morning. So Tim, what are you seeing and where are you right now?
To us and let us know where you want us to check out. Someone wrote in and said Freya, so that's where we're going. We're about to conquer the hill right now. I'm learning how to use the storm tracker. It's my first time in it, riding in a shotgun, which is pretty fun. So we're going up Freya right now, and this is a notorious hill, of course, right? We're talking about a really steep incline. Probably if you don't have good tires or a car that does good in the snow, probably not the route you want to take, right? But the road does seem like it has been plowed, but it snowed overnight, right? So let's show you some different angles here, some of the side streets. You can see this is where right now, if you look on the plow map from the city of Spokane, it says that this area has been plowed, and that's what we're seeing right now, honestly. It looks like they did a pretty good job. But keep in mind, when we're talking about plowing, that does not mean that you're going to see bare road. That just means that they kind of got that top layer off and made it at least level so you're not bouncing around in your vehicle. So yeah, conditions right now seem a-okay. Now keep in mind, we're in a storm tracker. This thing is a tank. It's a beast. It can conquer this hill no problem, but if you have two-wheel drive or something, it might be a little bit more difficult to get up this hill right now. It looks like we just encountered someone maybe a little bit stalled or stuck there, but it looks like they're a-okay now. But yeah, impatient is what Nate said. They wanted to get around. Let's not do that, friends. Let's show some grace and be nice to our friends on the roads this morning. But yeah, right now we are we are on top of the South Hill now. And right now, things are pretty good. If you want us to check out your neighborhood, we'll head that way. So text us at 509-448-2000 and we will check it out. But yeah, hope you have a good Friday, friends. It's good to see you.
All right, thanks, Tim. Now, with these snow-covered roads, we want to take a few more looks at some of these other traffic conditions in our area. Let's start things off. This is Argonne and Trent right now that we're taking a look at the traffic camera there. You can see, like Tim mentioned, just because a plow has gone through there, that doesn't mean that the road is going to be perfectly clear. That just means they kind of clear it out enough for you to be able to drive through it and drive smoothly. So as you can see here at the light here at Argonne and Trent, traffic's moving along pretty smoothly. You can't really make the distinction between the lanes, but you can tell that plows have been through there this morning. Let's take a look at another one of our traffic cameras for you all this morning. This one right here, this is 14th and Lincoln right now. It looks like it was heavy snow in this area. We're trying to get the traffic camera up and playing for you right now, but at this light, if you can see a little bit behind me, there's some really thick snow here at this intersection. Not a lot of traffic, and again, kind of like Tim was mentioning, just you got to give yourself some grace this morning, especially if roads were clear yesterday, say on your morning or your evening commute. It doesn't necessarily mean that they'll be cleared now because that snow has continued to fall. Let's see if we have one more ready for you this morning. Let's take a look. Yeah, we'll take a look at the snow plow map because crews are currently working 20 hours a day to clear all of the Spokane roadways. We are under a full city plow right now. This is a look at the city snow removal map right now that crews are actually actively working on at this time. So this means that right now we can tell that crews have cleared several neighborhoods already so far. The neighborhoods that are cleared, these are the ones that are showing up in the green here on the map. The areas that are actively being worked on, these are the ones that are showing up in blue here on the map. And these areas that are in red, that means those are the areas where they're heading to next. So if you are living in one of these areas, just know that if you are in a red area, the crews in those city plows are heading to your area next. Now, just a heads up, a full city plow does take about 3 days to complete. Now, these snow-covered roads are not stopping the Salvation Army, though, from driving people that they find on the street to warming centers in our area. And our very own Kyle Simchuk got a chance to ride along with them as they helped to get people off the streets.
I try to go everywhere. I don't want to just go to one area. I try to go everywhere because they're everywhere.
Roy Garcia is not driving for Uber, but tonight he's picking up strangers.
Cold out here, aren't you? You got a bed at a shelter?
The Salvation Army runs 2 of these street-level vans 24 hours a day, looking for homeless men and women, offering them rides to safer, warmer places.
And it doesn't even have to be a Salvation Army shelter. There are even some folks that we're taking to their family members, just making sure that they're safe and in a place where they won't freeze to death.
Anywhere that there is homeless people, I will go.
Sometimes that means Cheney or Airway Heights.
Families, I'll pick up a father and a son I picked up just recently. And I'm like, you guys are father and son? He said, yeah, we have nowhere to go. We're freezing out here by ourselves. They were sleeping in their car, but the car windows were broke. So I took them to Trent Shelter and they're there still.
Roy says the hardest part of his job is leaving people who refuse help. He spends a lot of time convincing them and building relationships.
As simple hand warmers go a long way out here.
He stopped to help this woman near 2nd and Division.
Well, if you want to go to a shelter, I can give you a ride to the Trent Shelter, if you like.
She took some hand warmers, but wouldn't let Roy take her to his shelter.
Let's go somewhere else. We'll go on the other side, to the car wash over here.
Just around the corner.
You guys want to ride right now? If you guys want to get in with us, I'll give you guys a ride.
This group took Roy up on his offer.
Jump on in, guys.
A short drive to the Cannon shelter means they won't be spending the night outside in the freezing cold.
I love helping them. That's why I do what I do, because I'm out here because I care. I don't want them freezing.
In Spokane, Kyle Simchuk, KREM 2 News.
So our temperatures are going to increase through the weekend, but for now we're still pretty cold, below 20 degrees, 18 degrees here in the Spokane area, which is of course why all the moisture that we're seeing is falling in the form of snow. Across the region, we have temperatures in 18 Spokane, Coeur d'Alene, and Sandpoint, and then 20s out in Wenatchee and Moses Lake. As we look forward to today, we warm up to just below freezing. Some places in the high 20s, some places just at that 30-degree point or low 30s there, depending on where you are.
Former President Donald Trump remains on Washington's primary ballot. Coming up in the next 4 minutes, why a judge denied the request to remove him. At 6:09, it is time for our wake-up call this morning, and this has to be one of my favorites. If you have a pet, they might love or they might hate the snow. So this morning, we're asking you to send in your best snow photos of your pets, and we have gotten some incredibly adorable ones. Everything from these smiling goats here to a little, is that a pony? I think it's a horse that I'm looking at there that's covered in snow. Dog. I was like, wait a second. I thought it was a dog. It is not a dog. We've gotten so many cool animals in this morning, and they're so cute. They're just really making. Oh, yep. I know. We got to keep them coming. So keep them coming, everyone. 509-448-2000. And let us know your animal's name so we can give them a shout out this morning.